Welcome back to Flossmas with me, Bumble Stitches. Today is Monday the 4th of December and it's a very wet and miserable day here. Alf and I just got back from a bit of a wet walk, but he was absolutely insistent that we went out. Thank you so much if you joined me for my first Flossmas video, which went out yesterday. As I mentioned then, the plan is that from here on in there will be every other day. So I'm just playing catch up, and thank you for all your kind comments. And yeah, I think Alfie gave a few of you a bit of a laugh with his antics at the end of the video. So you're not too late to catch up if you want to pop back to yesterday. I shared my Advent, Alfie's Advent, and the first project that I'm stitching in my 12 starts of Christmas. I'm actually off work today, got a day's leave, so I'm back to work tomorrow. So I thought I would get today's video in a little bit earlier and share with you what I've been up to. I did ask if anybody wanted to see what was in the dough bowl behind me, because I know you can see it, but you can't actually see it properly. So I think we'll start off today by doing that. So I'll just reach over and grab it and show you in a little bit closer detail. So what I've got in here at the moment. Now this probably won't stay like this. I have done some Christmas decorating. Obviously I've put the tree up in here and I've put another small tree up in our dining room, but the big tree for the lounge isn't up yet, and I haven't sort of done the full decorating in the dining room. I haven't done my tiered tray and bits like that. So things like my little rolling pin will probably end up there. Yeah, so this is just where everything's living for now. Plus I thought it looked cute sitting there behind me. So let me just pop this down and I'll go through them one by one. The first is a very recent finish, which I shared on my last floss tube, which is this little wooden rolling pin here. And this has the hands-on design cookie exchange chart on there. And it's just a little wooden rolling pin. And you can see it's got, if I flip it round, it's got little embossed reindeers and things. I think so that if you make some shortbread or whatever, you can put, that design will be left as you roll out the dough. But it's quite a small rolling pin, as you can see. It's probably about 10 inches overall. And I thought it was really cute for a finish. So that's the first thing from the bowl. The next thing is a pattern that I know a lot of people have stitched. This is Merry and Minty by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And this was a free mystery stitch along. I think it was released in about 4 parts a couple of years ago. And I think she shared it on her Instagram and on her Facebook. And I think I've heard people say if you go to her Facebook page, I think you can still get this on her Facebook group, which I don't have a link to. I don't really do Facebook, so I can't. But I'm sure if you search for With Thy Needle and Thread or Brenda Gervais, you'll be able to find it. And I finished mine with some gingham fabric, some cotton lace, same on the back. And this one's actually filled with polyfill. So that's Merry and Minty. We'll go to the front now. This is another freebie, and this time the design is by Puntini, and I think this one's on her blog, and it's just the little gingerbread men, and I finished it in a tart tin with a little bit of lace around, which I think looked like a bit like a pie crust. And that was probably maybe the year before last, but I think you can still get that one on her blog. The next item at the front is this gorgeous little needle felted snowman. This was made by Paula and was in one of our Advent swaps, and he has got a hand knitted scarf and hat and is absolutely exquisite. So cute. He's got little sticks for his arms, even his little carrot nose is needle felted. He's just the cutest thing. The next thing is Peppermint Pals, and this is another With Thy Needle and Thread design by Brenda Gervais, and you can see he's got his really cute little snowman bucket with his candy canes in. The bird's got a candy cane He's got a little festive sprig down the front of his dungarees for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but why not? He looks a little bit surprised, probably because he's got holly stuffed down his down his dungarees. But yeah, a really cute stitch. And she's done quite a few that are similar to this design. It's dipping a bit. It's filled with walnut shells, so it's a little bit. It sort of sinks to the bottom, but it's got a really nice weight to it. But yeah, there's Santa, which I think is Merry Old Soul. There is Harrietta, which is a bunny, and I think there's a Halloween one as well. And I've got all of them apart from the Halloween one. Used some fabric on the back, which I thought replicated the look of his little dungarees there, and some Lady Dot red chenille to finish him off. And the final item in the dough bowl, this is some of Paula's lovely stitching. This is Comfort and Joy, and I'm pretty sure this is Luminous Fibre Arts, this chart. But how gorgeous is that? And this was in one of my Advent swaps from Paula. I think this is our third, is it our third year, Paula? I think it's our third year. And this has been finished with some gorgeous gold fabric. I'm trying to see, they're just sort of little dashes on the back. It really picks up the colour of the vase here on the front. Gorgeous. And I think Paula's put a mixture of fiberfill and walnut shells in here, which I think is a good mix, because I have started doing that now with recent finishes. This one's all walnut shell, and as I said, it's a bit dumpy. This one's fiberfill, and this is like a cloud and doesn't want to sit down because it's so light and doesn't really have enough substance. So I think the combination of the two is just right. It's a bit like Goldilocks' porridge. So those are the finishes that I've got in the dough bowl. So I'll pop those back on there. And thank you for asking to see what I had in there. Okay, moving on. And while we're on the subject of mini pillows, I thought I would just let you know what my plan is. Let's move some of these things out of the way. Once I finish this video, I'm going to make the best use of my afternoon off work and do a little bit of sewing. So I did finish recently, and I'll just share it with you again in case you didn't see. And this is, what's it called? Cup of Christmas Cheer by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And I'm really thrilled to have got this one done. So I started him last Christmas. It seems to be the pattern for me is to start a project one Christmas and then hopefully have it finished the next Christmas. I'm not speedy enough to get things done before that. But I have got some fabric here, which I thought would be really nice for the back. This sort of Christmas sampler fabric, thought would be really cute for the back. And then I've just pulled some trims. Now she finishes it. I'm going to attempt to get something out of the bag a little bit quicker than I did on yesterday's video. And there's a little tiny pom-pom in here, which I don't want to lose. Okay, she finishes it, as you can see, with red rickrack and the red ribbon. Now I haven't got any red rickrack that's the right shade. The only red that I've got at the moment is a really orangey red, and it's not going to work at all. So I had a little rummage around in Hobbycraft to see what I could find. They didn't have a great selection of rickrack, but what I did find is this green here, which I think is a nice match or contrast. So I thought I'd go around the outside with the green rickrack, and then I've got some red gingham to tie the bow at the top, and I'm hoping that that will all look nice together. I'll do a combination of the walnut shells and fiberfill to try and get that, really poke the corners out with the fiberfill and then get some weight in the middle with the walnut shells. I've got the little tiny pom-pom that came with the chart, which goes on the bottom of the handle here to be the pom-pom at the end of his hat. And I even found in my stash the perfect green to stitch the rickrack on. And this is one of my Nan's threads. I got quite a few of her, I've got quite a few of her old spools of thread in my sewing stash. So this has probably not been used for, I don't know, 40 years plus, but it's in my stash and it's now going to come in handy this afternoon. So I will share that with you if all goes well and I get the finish that I want this afternoon. I'll share that with you on the next video, which will be on Wednesday. So did you go to the Jingle Ball and did you enjoy it? I did miss my class and that was a bit disappointing, but they are the classes, if you're in the same position as me and you missed any of the classes that you were signed up for, and I believe also the free classes, they are going to be available for the next 30 days, so you can watch them. I plan to watch my class, which was the Jingle Block Party one with Kathy Habman of Hands On Design. I plan to get some stitching done on it. Hopefully, if I can get it finished, I can finish it, watch the tutorial from the class and get it finished in between Christmas and New Year, but we will see. But I thought it was fabulous. I wasn't quite brave enough to go into any of the stitching rooms, but I did watch quite a few of the meet and greets that the designers put on in the main ballroom, and just really enjoyed what I saw. I thought it was superbly done. The organisation and the platform that it was hosted on was faultless. There was the shopping as well, which was really good. Quite a lot of free downloads as well, including a Jingle Ball freebie ornament. So there was so much, and you know, if you had only just bought your entry ticket and nothing else, it was fabulous. For $10 it was absolutely fabulous. So I will share with you the shopping that I did at the Jingle Ball, and they're all PDFs, which made it super easy. I'm going to start off with, there were 3 designers that I really particularly liked designs from. I could have bought more, obviously, but I'm trying to limit what I buy, but these little few patterns I just couldn't resist. The first, I'm going to try and put something behind it because I think this paper might be a little bit, there goes the thread. Okay, I'm going to put this on here so it doesn't shine through too much. This one by Hello from Liz Matthews, which is Humbug, and I have bought this one specifically with Justin in mind. He is self-confessed Christmas humbug, so I thought that would be a really cute addition to the dough bowl. So there's that one. And I think a lot of these that were specially for the Jingle Ball, or you know, had been included in the booths, are a lot of DMC. This is all DMC, 1, 2, 3, 6 shades of DMC. Hopefully I've got most of them in stash, and you won't need too much fabric for that, so that's a great one. The next is a first for me. I've never bought or stitched anything from Tiny Modernist, but I saw these mini holiday stockings, and I think it's the colour scheme. Let me, if I hold it up a bit closer, I'm trying to see if you can see that. They show them there with the cutlery in. They're quite small, and obviously depending on the fabric that you stitch them on, you could even make them smaller. But I just love that vintage colourway, and I thought if I make them small, I think the models are on a 14 or 28 count fabric. I thought if I make them small on a 36 count, they'd be really cute on the tree here. So that was my next little purchase from the shopping area of the Jingle Ball. And then I couldn't resist, one of my favourite designers is Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, and I watched her meet and greet, and she is just, I think she's amazing. I really enjoyed listening to her and finding out a bit more about her and her designs. I had a bit of good news. I'd had my eye on a chart that was the rock and roll sampler that was exclusive to Hobby House Needleworks, and I asked if it would be available, and she made my day by saying yes, it will be available for general release a bit later on, I think in 2024. But anyway, there's an exclusive for the Jingle Ball, which is this chart here, Go Tell It on the Mountain. I'll hold it a bit closer, hopefully you can see that. and I absolutely love this. It brings back memories of being at school and singing the hymn. And it was one of those hymns that as a child you really could get into and really sort of almost get a bit shouty and really let yourself go. So I couldn't resist getting that one. And the thing about charts that are named after songs or have song lyrics in, they just become earworms, don't they? And I know that when I'm stitching Baby It's Cold Outside, that song is continually on a loop in my head. So it needs something to push that earworm out and plant a new one. So I think we'll have Go Tell It on the Mountain. And I like the fact that this is, I think it's more, it is Christmassy, but I think it's also wintry. I think it'll be a really nice companion actually to Baby It's Cold Outside. So that was from Beth's booth. Beth also did a fabulous free class on fairy lights in jars that was really good and gave me some nice ideas. So if you saw that free class as well, or if you went to the Jingle Ball but didn't see it, I think it's been recorded. It's well worth a look. The final purchase that I made, another heartstring samplery design, is the Flock of Christmas Wishes. And these are just beautiful. I had seen these on Beth's website a long time ago and then sort of forgot about them. But when they were in the booth again, I thought I'm definitely going to get those. They're little fabric birds and you stitch the wing. Now the only thing is it's a 40 count fabric to make it fit the bird template so that it's all, so the wing will be in proportion to the bird. So I think I'm going to need lots of light, lots of coffee and some 40 count fabric to get those how they need to be. But I'm thinking perhaps some Liberty fabric for the birds would look really pretty. And they don't have to be Christmassy, they can be anything-y. She gives you the charted words that are on the wings, which are, I'll read them to you so I can't see them backwards. They are courage, peace, truth, hope, grace and faith. So I thought they are just so pretty. And she gives you an alphabet as well in the chart so that you can chart your own words if you wanted to, or names or anything at all like that. And in actual fact, if you combine the two, how cute would a couple of these in a jar be with some of those little fairy lights? It would be really pretty. So those were the things that I picked up at the Jingle Ball. And I will definitely be at the Jingle Ball again next year. I think it was just absolutely fabulous. Right, shall we have a little look at my advent for today? I have got Alfie's advent here, but we know what happened last time, so I think I might save today's for him for a bit later because he's just had a treat when he came back from his walk. So we'll save that for Alf. And I have got day 2. Now I know it's the 4th of December today and this is day 2. Paula and I did 12 gifts in our advent this year, so we're doing every other day. So let's have a little look at this one. Now this is a bit of a conundrum, I can't quite see. Paula, I'm going to have to rip this, I'm sorry. And if anyone's worried about the rustling. Okay, let's have a little look. There's another bag inside. Okay, we have, oh, this is super cute. It's a chart from Primrose Cottage Stitches and it is Christmas wishes, and that says gingerbread kisses and Christmas wishes. Super cute. Thank you, Paula, that's lovely. And a nice size, stitch count 43 by 68. Who knows, this could be one that actually gets done. It's got DMC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours, and what a great little chart. Thank you, Paula. Put that to one side, keep it safe. Now I have been doing my 12 starts of Christmas, as you know, and I was stitching on in this bag Brenda Gervais Mr. Marshmallow, and his time has been and gone now. There he is, looking super cute. I'm stitching him with all the called for flosses. I haven't ironed this, I do apologise, and I got a little bit more done of him last night. I thought I'd at least, before I put him away, let him have his cup of cocoa, although he hasn't got a mouth or a nose, so he's just going to have to absorb that through his mittens, I think. But a really enjoyable stitch. I just love everything that Brenda does. So that one's going away, and that means it's time to start project number 2. And I've chosen, this was another gift from Paula in an advent past, not last year, the first year we did it, I believe. And this is, if I can get all the bits together, this is the Lizzie Kate Nutcracker sleds. And you can see there's 3 charts in here. The holly, and is it holly and jingle bells? I think so. The Nutcracker and the gingerbread man and the Christmas tree. And when Paula gave me this in my advent, she gave me the flosses, and she also gave me the little sled to finish him on. And this has sat patiently waiting for me to stitch this piece, and before today it was actually sitting in the dough bowl, so I knew where it was. So I'm going to make a start on this afternoon. It's stitched on perforated paper, that's a first for me. And the chart came with 3 little pieces, so I've got enough to stitch them all. I just need to get another couple more of these little sleds, and I'm quietly confident that today and tomorrow, before I come back to see you on Wednesday, I can get one of these finished, and who knows if it will be on the sled by then. So I think I'm going to go for the Nutcracker in the middle. I really like him. So that will be my second stitch of my 12 starts of Christmas. And that is everything for today. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing this advent with me. It really, really makes it special. And I will be back again on Wednesday with more stitching advents, and hopefully a finished cup of Christmas cheer pillow to share with you. I'll see you then. Bye.